Kelly with Kellyton and Associates. And so this week we've been talking about different aspects of leadership and whether that's in the hybrid, the remote workplace, or, if you still have a team that works together in the office. And this week I want to talk a little bit about cross-functional team integration. So how do we build effective teams when we're working with multiple departments? And that's tough because as companies, we don't work in silos or vacuums. So we don't work like Milton in the basement with his red stapler. We all work together, and oftentimes the work that happens in one department can easily affect another department. So how as leaders do we work with different departments and to engage different departments so that we can get our work done, but they can also get their work done and we can collectively move that strategy forward? So some thoughts I have around this are communication, and we've talked about communication this month extensively, but communication is important, and communicating about strategy across departments. So as I mentioned, when this department over here works on one thing, another department can be affected. And if they're not talking about that, then we sometimes don't have that overlap, and we can have double work happening, or we can have two different ideas happening there. And so we really have to kind of create that culture where there's this expectation that departments are going to come together and collaborate, and also where departments are going to know what to expect from one another and vice versa, ensuring that teams are aligned with the strategy. And so this may mean that, hey, as leaders, we're going to have to come together with other departments and talk about what we're doing and talk about what you're doing in the other department, and we may have to align ourselves a little bit. And I don't think that always happens, because we get busy in the day-to-day, and then we end up with kind of this fragmented approach to really meeting the overall organizational strategy and goals. So we want to make sure that all departments have ownership over the strategy and are involved in the strategy, and having clear communication and constantly meeting and discussing what's going on is really going to help all departments across teams really work together more effectively. And this may mean in your organization that you may have to look at, well, what tools are we using to communicate, and what tools are we using to do our work day to day? And so we may have to implement some tools like Slack or Trello or something else, or you may have something in your organization that maybe isn't being leveraged. We may have to include, and I've talked about this, monthly, quarterly meetings to communicate about what we're doing as a department. Make sure that other departments are on the same page, and make sure that other departments know what's expected of us and what we expect of them. Really having this kind of cross-functional integration is really important to harness the strength of all departments and to really harness the minds and the inner workings of all departments. And so it really kind of helps to share in those goals and to foster that collaborative culture. So if you have some interdepartment workings or some cross-functional team tactics that work really well for you, I'd love to share them with everybody. So feel free to share those in the comments. And if you like, subscribe to this channel if you like this content, and follow us on social media. Just look for Kellyton. Thanks for checking in with us this week, and we'll see you soon.